Let's dive into all of this right now.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? And I had to go live and raw just for that, baby. Are you kidding me? Here it is. Look at this mug. Are you kidding me? Let's play that again.
We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Look, it's like I'm playing with my toys, baby. Ken Favreau and Filoni, Deborah Chow, Disney Plus, Disney. Come on, it's live and raw. What's going on, everybody? It's Saturday Night Live and raw. I do miss the panel. I do miss the panel. Maybe I'll have a couple of them pop in later. But after that huge panel last week, just had to go live and raw with me and you, baby. So look, let me just say hi. Look, I already played it. You know where I'm going with this. You see what is on the screen. Come on. Look, this is going to be the positive hour. There ain't going to be no negativity here. We're going to go positive, baby. We're going to be like the Energizer Bunny. Come on. Let's see who's in here. Obi-Wan series looks awesome. What I saw in the trailers, Punisher XS in the house. JB, only a master of evil, Doth. Come on, JB is in the house. I see single songwriter. Oh, come on. Lane is in the house. I can't wait to have Lane back on the show. Lane, it was awesome last week. Nope, we are not kidding. We are ready for all the Hot Toys action and D+ series to come. Come on, JC. The circle is now complete. Did I get you fired up, baby? Come on. It's alive and raw. Look, I'm sorry that I'm smiling. I'll be trying to put a frown on. Frown, be very serious. Welcome to this newscast. And come on. Hey, who needs a fill? My apologies here. You've been waiting at the table for how long? You need me to fill this up? Is Popsick on table 5? I don't know. I didn't get to everybody yet. But I'm saying hi. Got 60 in here already. Go ahead and hit that like button, baby. Oh, my goodness gracious. Let's put this on. Alberta Crude's in the house. What's going on? Will this show start before Hot Toys releases a C-3PO? I say yes. Come on. Look at everybody that's in here. Master Imwe. What's going on, Master Imwe? Right on, baby. Star Killer. Got my coffee ready, baby. Look, do you need a refill then? If you got it ready? Did you chug it down, baby? Come on, you guys, did you see that teaser sizzler trailer? I guess it's a sizzler, is what you would call it. Look at single songwriters all stay on target. Who was that, like Biggs Darklighter or God, I'm losing my brain. We need some of those freaking X-Wing pilot characters. The collector number 1 is in the house. Spilled my coffee already. Gonna have to brew a whole new batch. I got you hooked up. The Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, who serves up all the Star Wars. Hot Toys Talk has got you hooked up, baby. Couple of drops of positivity in here, too, with vanilla. I got regular, too. JC's got the espresso ready. I'm going to miss some of you. Just keep chatting. Paul Morales is in the house, too. What's up? Eric Henke, what's going on? Eric. Blackbird Tech in the house. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at everybody in here. The collector number 1 as well. Gabriella Henry is in the house. What's up, Gabriella? Metamorphic Customs. My man Desi is in the house. Listen, Desi is working on a really cool thing for a certain Sith hot toy that I have. And I seen a sneak peek. Desi showed me a sneak peek of this freaking it's a base topper, but it's also a diorama. And let me tell you something. You could spill your coffee over what he's making, baby. Let's just say it has some lighting in there and all kinds of cool stuff. I cannot wait to show you guys what Desi has hooked up here for the Dark Jedi. Wow, what is going on, everybody? Let me scroll down because there's been new texts. My man Anthony is in the house. 6 Scale Mafia. Hey, what is up, buddy? Can't wait to have a lot of these guys back next week, but it's live and raw. It's about me talking to all of you. And I'm going to try to get to everybody here. Hey, everybody. And if I didn't catch you on the screen, keep chatting. I'll keep trying. Emar's in. What's up, Emer? Hey, Aries. Hey to you, my friend. Kevin is in the house. Kevin, Collectibles. What is up? Hi, group. Hi to you. Clone Trooper is here. The Deputy. We need Master Windu. I believe. Off-world. Jawa Egg Juice. Off-world. Jawa Egg Juice. The Deputy. Should I crack it open now? Table 66. Look. So you need a little proper 66, which kind of helps you to negate order 66. It doesn't get in your head. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to combat that, you know. That tastes pretty darn good. Barrett is in the house. What is up, Barrett? Mando Collectibles. Zeno, what is up to you? Paul Morales. Blackbird Tech. What is up, everybody? Welcome all. If I miss some of you, I'll get you in here. It is Aries, is live and raw. And I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk. 71 in here. And it's been a crazy week for the Dark Jedi. I don't even know where I'm going to go with this, except that I feel ultra positive. What else is new? When it comes to Star Wars Hot Toys, and when it comes to Star Wars in general, that freaking sizzler that I'm showing you on the screen here, baby. What did you think about this? I mean, that was just insane to see the joy. Now, I know Ewan McGregor's an actor, but he really just seemed really excited to be talking about on the sizzler reel that he's back reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's talking about he's hooked up again with Hayden Christensen. You know, they showed them all with the sword training and what they're doing. I am so freaking pumped up about this because that was some of the most epic scenes at all from Revenge of the Sith when they had the lightsaber battle. And that might have been my most fun Star Wars sequence ever. I mean, probably the Phantom Menace one with Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan's number one. But when they were cutting from Anakin to and Obi-Wan, it was sick. It was sick. Looks like I froze there. Hopefully it didn't freeze too much for you all. But, I mean, man, this was like... And where exactly is Deborah Chow? What kind of ride is she going to take this out of? Look, we're going to relate this all in the Hot Toys, baby. Put your questions in there. I'm telling you, I need to build. I need to army build C-3PO. Yeah. Yeah. Look, this was hot. I think this is going to be epic, and I don't exactly know how this battle is going to go down. But, you know, I mentioned this yesterday on the Manaha Collectible show. And can you imagine this, everybody that's in the chat? If there can be a scene where it opens up and, you know, you're on Tatooine And, in short order, you see Ewan McGregor, you see Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it kind of builds up. And you're kind of waiting there some minutes, or maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Who knows? I mean, just picture yourself on your chair, or if you stand up and watch television, or if you're on your couch, or if you're watching it on your computer, however you're going to do it. And just imagine you're waiting. And in the back of your head that Hayden Christensen's in this. And you're going to get Darth Vader. And then all of a sudden, you're kind of waiting, you're really enjoying it. Oh, there's Ewan McGregor. Then they flash into space. All right. And you see a Star Destroyer, or you see, the Death Star, almost built or built or whatever. Then you hear the music. Dun, 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 dun. Your heart's going to start going. Dun, dun. I mean, if they do that, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. There's not enough Spotchka. There's not enough Spotchka for me. They don't got to do nothing else. They don't have to have no one else appear really for this series, because you got Obi-Wan Kenobi and you got Darth Vader, the greatest cinematic villain in the history of the world and the galaxy and the universe, baby. Who needs a refill? Anyone need a refill? Anyone in here? I mean, can you just, is your heart going to stop a little bit? The way I could just see them setting this up. And yeah, it would be really cool if, can you imagine if they do a throwback Empire, even though it's, we didn't get to A New Hope yet, obviously, but if you actually see him force choking one of the freaking, Imperial officers. I don't know. I think I'd lose it. Can you tell I'm a little excited about Darth Vader? Coffee. Cheers, everyone. But, here's the thing with this. Is it possible that we are going to get an absolutely epic, stunning, Hot Toys Darth Vader release with this, where you get the whole Darth Vader, like the way he looks in Rogue One, and then you get, one with, the Hayden Christensen head sculpt, because they're going to show Hayden Christensen in this and give you a DX Vader. It's going to blow my mind with that figure. I hope it's a DX figure. What say you? We have 91 in here, and hit that like button. Would you like a DX Vader? Would you rather just have a straight Darth Vader? Are you hoping you get a couple of head sculpts? I mean, I'm just pumped up about this. We're going to get it. What we don't know is exactly how they're going to put it together. Now, when we start watching the series, we're going to understand exactly what they're doing, with Darth Vader. We're going to watch every episode. Then we're going to kind of put together. They're probably going to, add this, maybe that little throne scene, in the background, that they could put in there. They had some art. I got this one right here. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty. And Clone Trooper puts in here. Where was it? I just wanted to show that up on the screen, and I just lost it because I was. There it is. Clone Trooper says, "I'll take on Return of the Jedi Vader." Clone Trooper, if you're reading, you want to Return of the Jedi Vader too. Listen, baby, I don't think that this series, in any way, and Hayden Christensen, playing Darth Vader here, jeopardizes a Return of the Jedi release of Darth Vader. And I know they did the redo where they showed, Anakin as the Force ghost in the forest there in Endor, at the end of Celebration, but you don't have to worry about that. The scene, when Luke looks at Vader, help me take this mask off. You're not gonna have to worry about that. You're gonna get the Return of the Jedi. Here's the thing. Is it possible that people, because of the excitement, look how excited I am. And if they come out with the Return of the Jedi Vader, this actually gets me more pumped to buy that, just because I'm more pumped about Star Wars, just to be honest with you. I really am. I'm really pumped up about it. And JC, we'll get to your super chat here in a second. But yeah, I mean, give me them both. Give me the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, because that's really a figure I want. That's really a figure I want, everybody in there. That's one of the ones I need from the OT. But I'm going to love this Obi-Wan series. So I need Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan series with Hayden Christensen. So I need them both. Yeah, I need them both. So I don't think you have to worry about that. It's money. I mean, I think Darth Vader is probably going to get, it's not that he's not relevant. There's just a lot going on with Mandalorian and so much else. Star Wars is relevant. And it's been a while since we've seen Darth Vader in Rogue One. But I'm telling you right now, man, both of those. Let's get the JC, though, with the $9.99 bomb. Great to have 6 scale on Saturday night. Thanks, Aries. Hey, JC, thank you. Because without all of you, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you for all your support. Thank you, everybody in there, for believing in 6 scale Cantina and just having some fun. Here, JC, let me go ahead and pour some for you at whatever table that you're on, baby. Thank you so much for that support. It means a whole lot. Yeah, I see some of the comments in there. Vader on the throne. Let's talk about that, guys. Darth Vader on the throne. They seem to be really into thrones a lot. We talked about that on the live show I was on last night too. The Manaha Collectibles. You got Boba Fett on the throne. Yeah, they like a lot of those, like the Emperor, obviously, with his throne or his chair. They're showing like Darth Vader in that chamber or his throne or that little other art shot, which I don't have up on the screen right at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I could see a version like that. I mean, it's just going to be sick and crazy. And someone asked me yesterday, do you think we'd get like a Kenobi and Vader 2-pack? And sure, it's possible, but I don't see that. They're gonna capitalize. They're gonna give you your own Kenobi. I actually could see that Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I don't have that either. But he's riding the little beast in that other artwork that they showed yesterday. That really cool thing that they showed during the Sizzler. I could see that. They gave you Mando in the blurg. They gave you Quill in the blurg. Is it possible they're going to give you Han and Luke and the Tauntaun? Hey, we're going to get to that later. Save it. But I could see Obi-Wan. I'd buy it. I'd buy it immediately for this. Spotchka. Fennec Spotchka. Is Fennec going to drop tonight? Yeah, I said it. Is Fennec going to drop tonight? You have to wonder. Are we going to hear from the Hot Toys Wizard? You have to wonder about that too. 98 in here. Thank you so much, JC. Really appreciate that support, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, Link. Hey, Dark Jedi. Link, welcome in the house. Yeah, look at this. JB, C-3PO in the Ewok throne for Return of the Jedi. Hey, I dig it, baby. Anything C-3PO. They give me anything C-3PO at this point. Is it possible we're going to get an R2 and C-3PO 2-pack from Hot Toys, and then I can get a freaking base for an R2-D2? Because I'll probably give you a base for both to put both up there. I don't know. At this point, R2-D2. If you guys haven't, and I'm going to go back to what you see on the screen here, but JB brought up C-3PO in the Ewok throne, which I think would be freaking awesome. We don't have an R2-D2 from The Mandalorian yet, and it was a pivotal part of the ending scene. So I wonder what's going on with that, because the OT, the original trilogy R2. If you watch the market chart show from earlier the week, when I put it out on Tuesday, it's like close to $500, folks. $500 for a droid R2-D2 that doesn't come in a display case. I know it bothers me. It almost bothers me as much as the 2 screws in the armor's foot. I know you can't see it. It just bothers me that I know it's there, baby. Have some coffee. Have some coffee. Yeah, I don't know. C3PO's coming. C3PO's coming for sure. Yeah, Andor series possible C3PO. 100 or what in here? Hit the like button. Let's go back to this here. Look, I mean, this is epic. This is absolutely epic. I had to go live and raw. I had to go live and raw with this baby. I'm pulling this up onto the screen. I mean, and this is what it's all about. They don't really need to do nothing in here. I'm not looking for any surprises. I'm not looking for any shocks. If you're going to give me Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, everything else is a bonus. This is what I've been waiting for, to see this again. One of the things I've been waiting for. Now, here's one that's going to blow you away. And I don't see a lot of people talking about this. I think we're going to see Yoda in this. I really do. You got to go back. I've watched it. I watched it actually last night. Late last night. The ending of Revenge of the Sith. I've been watching it all week. I've been watching it a lot. And that whole dynamic between Obi-Wan, you know, when you know Padme passes away and gives birth to Leia and Luke, and you got Obi-Wan and Yoda and Bail Organa speaking, and then they come up with their whole plan into hiding. You know, it's kind of like they have a plan. You know, don't forget, baby, that Yoda said training I have for you on Tatooine. He's learning how to, you know, communicate with Qui-Gon. You're going to see Liam Neeson. I'm telling you right now, baby. You're going to see Liam Neeson. I think you're going to see Yoda. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that on Dagobah. I don't know if there's some kind of way that Obi-Wan and him communicated while he had training for him. I don't know. I have a feeling. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I got that feeling. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that, but I think it's possible that we get that for sure. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to see Yoda in this? Certainly a mention. Clone Trooper puts in, we could also see R2 in Kenobi. Yeah, we can. We absolutely can. And then Single Sword Rider puts in here, Andor series possible C3PO and R2D2. They were both seen in Rogue One. You're exactly right, brother. Let me pour you a tall, cool one or a hot one, depending on how you want your coffee, baby. Yeah. I mean, Bail Organa in Kenobi. You know what's kind of funny, Vengeful Canadian? There's a lot of rumors that Jimmy Smits got signed for the Andor series, along with another actor. I'm forgetting his name right now, but it was actually teased around a lot, you know, last year. But I'm pretty sure if they winded up signing him for that, I could see him in this. I keep going back to Revenge of the Sith, and I keep going back to the plan and the conversation that Bail Organa had with Yoda and Obi-Wan, and how, you know, Bail Organa said, I'll take the girl. And then, you know, him and his wife always wanted to, you know, a baby girl. And then, you know, Obi-Wan would take Luke back, you know, to Tatooine. I just feel like they're going to pick up a little bit from there. It's possible that they won't, but certainly if the rumors are true that Jimmy Smits is, they signed him in the Andor series, I would think that they may have used him for this. We'll have to see. They certainly didn't hesitate, Disney, to use him in Rogue One, but that'll be very interesting. I think there's going to be some type of spinoff. Jimmy Smits is a wonderful, wonderful actor and a very accomplished and seasoned television actor, which would be really good to carry either as a co-star, probably as a co-star with something that, you know, they could spin off with on Disney Plus. I could absolutely see that. And as far as star power and acting ability, it would be able to help carry a show. I could absolutely see this. That's why I think it's going to happen. Forget about the fact that you know, that Bail Organa's in Rogue One. He's in the prequels. You know, he's in you know, Rebels. He's in the Clone Wars. I just think they're going to use him. And there are rumors that they signed it, but We'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Will that relate to a hot toy? We'll see. We'll see. If they could sell 2,000 of them, baby, 3,000 of them, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how much he wants for that head sculpt, how much they have to put into it. Knights. Knights of Ren, 789. Good old Jimmy Smits. Yeah, he's a great television actor. I loved everything he was in. Clone Trooper. We'll probably end up with a GOG droid reissue before we get a C-3PO. We just might. We just might. Here, baby. Let me pour you some coffee and make you feel better, because I'm not going to disagree with you at this point. I'm not going to disagree with you. All right. So, and here's the very interesting thing about this. And I spoke about this as well. And we're going to talk about some possibilities and how they can relate to hot toys here. So let's just go dive into it as I pull this up onto the screen. Let me pull this up onto the bigger screen, actually. Here we go. And let's go to the next thing here. So here's something that's very interesting to me. Pulling this up. So, in Rebels, Obi-Wan kills Maul. Maul finally finds him. And that's the end of Maul. But then you got this series, which takes place very, very close to the Solo series. Maul's been trying to track down Obi-Wan. And one of the very interesting dynamics, we're talking a lot about Obi-Wan and Vader, is this dynamic right here. And this, to me, is very interesting, because one of the scenarios I was thinking of that they could do, and don't be ready to spill your coffee, is while Vader and the Inquisitors and, they're tracking down the Jedi, they're trying to track down Obi-Wan, however they're going to do it, it's possible they could run into the leader of the Crimson Dawn. It's possible that Darth Vader could have an encounter with Darth Maul, and Darth Maul still doesn't know where Obi-Wan is. This doesn't have to take place on Tatooine. And whether if Maul runs into Obi-Wan doesn't mean that he has to know that he's on Tatooine. Because I don't think this whole thing that Obi-Wan's going to be on Tatooine the whole time. I think he's going to be getting in a ship, and he's going to be helping out a lot of these other Jedi that are being chased down, so on and so forth. There's a possibility. There's a possibility at the very least that Maul and Vader could meet up at some point, which could lead. Now, here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, I'm feeling this. It could lead into a spinoff of Obi-Wan, like a Rebels type of spinoff where they put it in live action, where you're going to see Obi-Wan and Maul. Or with this Obi-Wan Kenobi series, it doesn't have to end when he battles Darth Vader. There can be other episodes. They could actually, in the last show, they could fast forward a little bit. They can make Ewan McGregor even look a little bit older. They could kind of fast forward some years and come up with a scene on there. Who knows what they could do? The possibilities are endless. And yes, I know they're coming up with their own animated Darth Maul series when it's going to take place. It's really going to depend on what Disney wants, what George Lucas is advising. They might retcon a couple things, but even without retconning it, they can make this work, baby. They can make it work, even if Maul doesn't come in contact with Kenobi at all, but comes into contact with Vader, because Vader is chasing down everybody. The Inquisitors are chasing down everybody, and they're trying to sense all the Force sensitives. Remember, Darth Maul is Force sensitive, okay? He was a Sith. He was a Sith, okay? They can go so many ways with this to make it work. It's crazy. Yeah, and that's really good. I see this up over here just saying the real possibility. We see Kenobi in disguise as a trooper. All right, listen, you just hit on the hot toy head there, single songwriter. then let me pull it back at you. It's a possible single songwriter. If we see Kenobi in a disguise, whether it's a stormtrooper disguise or something like that, that is a separate Hot Toys figure. And I say, yes, right off the bat. Look, and even if just using a stormtrooper disguise, I'm not going to say that's the disguise he's in, but just using that. You got Luke stormtrooper disguise figure, guys. You got Han stormtrooper disguise figures, boys and girls. You got Finn stormtrooper disguise figure. Come on, you've got Din Djarin in the the tank outfit, and what's his name, Mayfield, as well. So I don't know if we're going to be limited to just Obi-Wan with the robes the way we're going to see him there. You're certainly 1,000% going to get that figure, baby. There is no doubt about that. But if Obi-Wan goes in any type of trooper disguise, forget about it. That is hot toy for the Kenobi series, for Obi-Wan Kenobi, number 2. It's money. It is absolute money. That's very good, single songwriter. And putting this up from Exotic. Welcome, Exotic. And I say, yes, Exotic. They pour you a tall, cool one. You know what I love about Live and Raw? We get to just have fun. I feel like I'm hanging out with a bunch of you at a bar, like Cheers. And we're just BSing about Star Wars. Talking about possibilities. Yeah, of course, some of these they might not come out with. I get it. But you don't know anymore. I mean, look, we got Clone Trooper Jess. Got Clone Trooper Jesse. We got Captain Vaughn. I'm being honest with you. I really didn't think we were getting those now. I thought we were going to get every one of them down the road. I thought we were probably going to get Fox. Is it possible that we're going to get Commander Fox tonight? You don't. I don't know, but I think you're going to get him quick. You're certainly going to get Bly and the 212 in the air. You're going to get so many, but I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. The possibilities are endless. But Obi-Wan, if they have him go in some type of stormtrooper disguise to get on Darth Vader's, to get on the Death Star, or to get on one of those, holy moly. It would just be absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. And let me shift to this screen because my brother from another mother.
What's up?
What is going on, Fabio?
How you doing tonight?
I'm live and raw, baby. I am live and raw. How are you?
Not bad. What are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about tonight?
We're talking about, like, I don't even know. Like, what are we talking about in the chat? We've just been kind of like, hey, how you doing? We're at Cheers. And what do you think of the Obi-Wan teaser trailer? And
I was looking for it. I think Dante posted it somewhere, and I clicked on the link, and it said that it was removed because of something, copyrighted something. So I actually haven't seen it yet.
It's actually, it was the Disney Plus day yesterday, and everyone's happy you're in here. Cobra's Collection put Fabio. I'm already losing my voice. They took it down because somehow it got out early, and I think it's possible Disney did it on purpose. And you had to wait until Disney had their official, whatever their hoop. I didn't even watch the whole hoopla thing yesterday. And then once they did that, now you got all these channels. Like I think Star Wars Theory channel has, a breakdown of it. Then a Nerds, Star Wars Mag. It's all up all over now, so you can catch it. But basically, it's Ewan McGregor saying he's like really stoked to be doing the series, and he's like, I get to work with Hayden again. And you're probably, he goes like, people are going to be in for a real treat with, doing the battle again, or, battling again. So Single Songwriter brought up a great point here. I think we all know we're going to get Obi-Wan the way he looks like on Tatooine, a little bit older, get the Jedi robes. You get an Obi-Wan Kenobi with Ewan McGregor that's older.
Right.
But if he has to go off planet and go with a stormtrooper disguise to get on the Death Star, or to get on a Star Destroyer, or to get somewhere where Darth Vader is, or to rescue a Jedi in whatever, or against the Inquisitors, or something to that effect, leading up to when he meets Vader. that's a freaking second hot toy for sure.
Absolutely, right away. Yeah, you have to understand too, though. Hot Toys is gonna go crazy with the amount of figures they're gonna pump out with what's coming. Like, if we're getting this much from the Mandalorian, can you imagine? Like, just imagine of any character coming soon to any show. There's so much potential to get so much from every single show coming out, which is what makes it so exciting.
It really does. And I think that the thing that struck me as really interesting, when Single Songwriter brought that up, is because, we were talking about Mayfield from The Mandalorian, in that, was that the assault tanker, stormtrooper outfit. And you had Din Djarin in that as well. And I really think that both of those figures are going to be coming, because Fabio, you had Han's stormtrooper disguise, Luke Skywalker stormtrooper disguise, you had Finn with the stormtrooper disguise. I mean, that's just easy money. It's like, boom, there you go.
Yep, and they're such classic, specifically those classic stormtrooper outfits that everybody wants. So even if they come out with stuff like that, it's going to sell so quickly.
Well, if you didn't see the Sizzler yet, I'll tell you right now, in the freaking Sizzler, it paused like a bunch of seconds to see Darth Vader breathe a few times.
Right.
And then, Disney starts talking about Darth Vader. Ewan McGregor starts talking about Darth Vader. Deborah Chow starts talking about Darth Vader. And she was like, look, she goes, I had to bring Hayden Christensen back in, to tell the story about Obi-Wan, because it's connected. And I really think we're going to get a DX with this baby. I think you don't sign Hayden Christensen and then give us a hot toy that's not going to have some type of head sculpt. What do you think?
I would hope so. I mean, any DX figure, obviously we know that that's like the best of the best of the best of the best, which is why we don't get so many from Hot Toys. But when we do, that figure is like going to be a grail, like no matter what.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, man, I'm just like, you got to check this out later. You got to check it out.
You got to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
I thought it looked like a fake link, so I was like, "Oh, why did he post that?" Because it literally said it has been removed because of copyright. So I was like, it's got to be fake. So I didn't even bother looking for it anywhere else because I thought it was fake.
Well, here, look, baby. Since you're on Live and Raw, let me go ahead and play this for you.
Meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Come on. So listen, how they're going to do this, Fabio? You got to talk to me, baby. Let me pour you some through the screen.
How is a great question. Like they have to. How do you even start trying to put that together? You know what I mean? Like, again.
Well, if he was the learner, and they're going to fight again, which they're really, Deborah Chow and Ewan McGregor and Disney are teasing this. Like, you got to watch this. You know that they're not faking us out.
Right.
Because Favreau and Filoni would never allow it. Lucas would never allow it for that kind of letdown.
Right.
He's got to lose. And I think there's going to be some type of distraction. I mentioned Darth Maul yesterday. I don't know how they would do that with Rebels. I think it's probably even more likely that Vader would run into Maul before he runs into Obi-Wan, or the Inquisitors do, or if somehow Vader runs into Maul, they have some type of standoff. I think that would be epic to have those two villains go at it. But there's got to be some type of distraction where I could almost see where it's like Obi-Wan is about to really finish him off for the last time. And then we don't really know what happens because someone distracts Obi-Wan. And then Vader's able to get away. We don't know how the battle goes. Do you see something like that, or am I far-fetched?
I mean, no, not at all. I mean, anything's possible at this point. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to make it interesting to see is how they're going to put that storyline together. How they're going to make it so action packed and so because it's going to be intense. Those scenes are going to be crazy. This is what people want to see. So I think they're gonna the storyline's gonna be nuts, and I think that the fighting scenes are gonna be even better.
Yeah, no, I absolutely do. And I want to go to this, Fabio, because listen, everybody in the chat, you got to be wondering. It's an elephant in the room because we talked about. Let me put this up on the screen here because I don't want to miss it. Thank you for the super chats. We're going to get all the super chats tonight. We're going to talk it through no matter what your questions are. And I'm trying to put them all up in here. And let me go to this screen here, baby. Aries drinking coffee. I bet we'll see a lot of Obi-Wan series Hot Toys figures. Is it possible we will get a few Inquisitors or a Seventh Sister Hot Toys figures? And I say yes. Are you kidding me? Look, Black Series already has these out, Fabio. They already have these out, baby. And I think we're going to get that. We're going to get the Seventh Sister, the Inquisitors. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how they portray these. That can be the thing right there, too. The distraction in the fight could be the Inquisitors or the Seventh Sister.
That's true. Could.
I mean, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, no, I think we're going to get a lot of Hot Toys from this. My guess would be, let's see what Fabio thinks. I think I'm going to spill my coffee over 2 Obi-Wan figures. Because single songwriter, like I said, I got to give him credit. I think he's going to be in some type of disguise. We're going to get that figure for Obi-Wan. You're going to have him in the regular Jedi robes. There's figure number 2. I think you're going to get a DX Vader. That's figure number 3. And certainly the Inquisitor or, maybe an Inquisitor 2-pack. What do you think of that, Fabio?
Possible again. Like we talk about all the time. We don't even know what Hot Toys is doing when it comes to, what's coming next. So we could always predict and speculate on what's coming. But either way, whatever comes, bring it because I'm ready for whatever's coming. I'm excited for whatever's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, James, you're kicking me off, James. You're making me get to some other coffee stuff real quick on possibilities. So, thank you for the $5 bomb, and also, let me go. Go ahead.
I was gonna say also don't forget that could give Hot Toys any excuses to make any other reissue. Especially the original. What do you call it? The original Obi-Wan. So that could happen as well.
Well, I actually think that's going to happen, baby. When you talk about the original Obi-Wan, I think I mentioned something about that, or I was thinking about doing it in one of my shows. So is it possible that because of all the excitement of Ewan McGregor and all the excitement of the Obi-Wan series, and you're probably not going to get anything Alec Guinness in here, for even just novelty purposes, you put out the original Alec Guinness Obi-Wan Kenobi again. And for me, that doesn't stop me from buying anything Ewan McGregor with this new series. It's kind of like a novelty item. Maybe not everyone will get it. I understand that. But they'll have no problem, Fabio, selling Obi-Wan right now because in a way, again, quoted Grand Moff Tarkin, in a way, Obi-Wan's hot again.
You could reissue the last one, the Ewan McGregor one. You could reissue like we talked about the original one. There, it's and they could do like we talked about also before, different outfits, different looks. You know what I mean? They could play around with the Obi-Wan, as much as they want, and we're definitely getting new outfits as we saw. We saw the picture last night, didn't we? He was wearing. Oh no, that's what it was.
Well, we saw some of the concept art. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. We're getting so much good stuff. It's great.
But listen to this, and James, you've just kicked off the next segment here of Live and Raw, baby. Look, you're talking about 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. You're talking about the Emperor wants to hunt down the Jedi. You're talking about Darth Vader. You're talking about Obi-Wan. And who is the puppet master with all of this? And come on, let's put this up on the screen, baby. Because, and I want to get the right view here. Come on. Look, I really, really feel they're going to drop Ian McDiarmid on us, baby. And I need a swig of Spotchka just thinking about Ian McDiarmid, one of my favorite actors in all of Star Wars.
I think he would be awesome to be released for the Rise of Skywalker line. I think he would sell so well, believe it or not.
Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the Rise of Skywalker line, baby. But Fabio, just sticking with this. I don't even think they need an emperor. I mean, really, he's kind of aged as it is. They could put out this freaking emperor from Revenge of the Sith. Just call it Revenge of the Sith and put it out. Do they need, in the chat, is it possible that they need any more? You could just come out with Revenge of the Sith Emperor Palpatine. It doesn't matter if he shows up. This suffices. What say you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, and me personally, for some reason, and it was true, I didn't think that the Emperor was going to sell as much as it did when it first was released, and it was actually very slow to sell out. It actually lasted a while, and I was like, I wonder why this is taking so long when the figure was out, and it took a long time. Once it sold out, though, everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted this figure. Nobody could find it, and it blew up on obviously on eBay. I want to say with the throne, he was going for about $500-600 back then, and I was like, holy crap! I was like, I can't believe this went up. But this figure, if it comes out now, whoever didn't get it is going to jump right on it because it's right to this day, it's still a really, really nice figure.
Dude, I mean, and if they can change the head sculpt too, I'm going to put this on. And you see a lot of people in the chat, they want Darkseid Ray. We're going to get into this Eternal Emperor that you're freaking talking about. But look, I mean, this was a pivotal moment in Revenge of the Sith. You know, his freaking voice changed, everybody. Remember, he's like, the Force is strong with you. Then he puts the head on, then he puts the freaking hood on, and he gets more trouble. I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. This actor killed it. But to look like this, dude, Fabio, can they make it look like this in that scene when freaking Anakin's on his knee? Can they do it?
I mean, can they do it? Absolutely. Are they gonna?
Come on, they got to give me this one. They got to give me this version. I know people said that the Return of the Jedi version kind of looks like it. It does, but it's not exactly this. I feel
like this is more reddish. It's got like a more reddish tint. The other one's he's very pale.
Yeah, and I don't know. Would people in the chat? Would you more want this one, or would you more want this one here? Not that one. I got the wrong one. Well, I mean, that's the same one. But putting on the one you guys are talking about, this Eternal one. Is this it? Yes. Look, I would buy this in a heartbeat, baby. This is the one that some of you people in the chat, some of the collectors in the chat, and you were talking about. This is Palpatine. So no matter what I think of the movie, it's kind of like, what do you think of a Solo movie? That's not the reason I bought Maul. I bought Maul because it's badass. I'm absolutely buying this. I don't care what movie they label this. I mean, that's like scary, dude.
And it'd be cool if they make like the eyes glow. That'd be nice.
Oh man, I mean, dude. I mean, this part right here at the end, just to have that in your collection. I mean, how many of these would you buy, buddy?
Probably 3. I mean, obviously, depending on what accessories it comes with, yeah. But that's why I get. You know, it's still, people don't understand, like, why do you get so many? It's so nice to be able to display a figure that has 30 accessories. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to be able to display them different. I mean, that's my personal opinion. But I feel like it's a waste to not be able to use the figure, you know, or at least try to use as much of the figure and accessories as possible. So I would that's why I get so many, because I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, you get some. I think a lot of people would buy that Revenge for sure.
Absolutely.
Some people divided on it, but you got like Wayne Timothy saying here, hated Revenge of the Sith, but I would so buy that version of Palps. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because for me as a diehard, and to have that crazy version of Palpatine, and the way Hot Toys does head sculpts and tailoring, Fabio. I'd be all over that, man.
That's what I'm saying. They're capable of doing anything. It's just, are they going to do it? Does it make sense? And again, we talk about Hot Toys thinking if figures make sense or not. The things that they give us, they never make sense, but we buy them anyway.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now. So let's go into something here, and it's perfect that you came on board and joined when you did. I have some possibilities I want to bring up that could be interesting, and they're all going to go into one particular genre with Star Wars. I'm going to pull this up onto the screen, and I want to go into a little bit for everybody that's watching. Now, bear with me into this right here, into Rogue One, because you have to wonder, is it possible that Hot Toys is not done with Rogue One? And I say yes. So let me pour you some coffee, everybody, because you got a freaking a salt tank figure, and you got a shore trooper, and they labeled it Rogue One. And let me tell you something, Fabio. Let me tell you, everybody in the chat, if they were worried that no one was going to spill their coffee because it's labeled Rogue One, they would have stayed far away from it like it was the plague. So they already also have this mold. And I'm bringing this up because they don't have to change a damn thing, because at the end of Rogue One, it goes right into A New Hope. So it wouldn't be a straight reissue, Fabio. They would just put in a Rogue One label. I really think that this could be out of left field. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the fact that they're going this far back with Rogue One is weird because, you know, I feel like I have the whole line. The line should be done. And obviously we're missing, I forget the other guy's name that they didn't make with the long hair. They teased him at a Comic-Con, I believe, a few years ago. But the fact that they came out with that shore trooper, that makes sense because they know that the shore trooper is going for a lot on eBay. So
Exactly.
That's the one trooper that everybody wants right now that nobody could go near because it's so expensive. So that leader was perfect for whoever didn't have the original shore trooper. They say, you know what, this will do because it looks just like it, different helmet, but it's the same figure. You know, so that makes sense for them to do that and label it Rogue One. But for something like this, I mean, this if they release this as well, saying Rogue One on it, it's going to sell immediately. And like you said, they're not going to have to do much work on it. Tweak a little thing here and there, done.
Yeah, and the real interesting thing about this, how else would they just, I think it goes right into A New Hope. So I don't even think they'd have to tweak the hair, but I'd like it if they tweak the hair. Do you think if they did a Rogue One version of Tarkin, that they actually would tweak it so it wouldn't be a straight reissue? Would it possibly not come with the chair and Rogue One packaging, and that would make it not a reissue, right?
Correct. They'll do something like that to change it. They'll take away things. They'll maybe add if they can. If they saw something in the movie that he didn't have prior, they'll add it to him. But yeah, they could easily give you the same figure. Obviously, they would have to tweak it. People will not be happy paying for the same figure and just because it's labeled Rogue One. You know what I mean? So they would have to tweak it, give you probably less accessories, but it'll sell regardless. 100%.
With 102 in here, who needs some Spotchka? Hit the like button if you didn't already. Come on, I can pour it for you. Who's on table 53? Who's at table 66? Come on, I keep filling these up. I got the whole darn pot. The whole pot. And I'm telling you right now, this figure is only like $16 away from breaching the $600 tier range on the market value chart at 6scalecantina.com. And I'm telling you right now, within short order, with all this Obi-Wan stuff, this figure is going to breach that $600 tier range. So for everybody in the chat, take your coffee and cheers to yourself, because you are about to get another Grand Moff Tarkin. As a matter of fact, I'm getting a call right now from the Hot Toys Wizard. Let's take it. Wizard, it's live and raw. Yes, that's right. That's what I just said. Well, you're not telling me anything that I didn't know. Oh, really? Okay. Well, we'll all be waiting for your call. You're not hanging up on me. Well, you just did now. The Hot Toys Wizard has said, Fabio, that we are correct, and that because this figure is getting to the $600 tier range, that a new Tarkin is absolutely imminent and coming fast. So I think it's going to come without the chair. I don't think they're going to relate this to Darth Vader and the chair and A New Hope. I think that they can make some minor tweaks. And I honestly have a feeling that they're not even going to put it in like an Andor series or an Obi-Wan series packaging. I feel like that they resurrected that Rogue One line a little bit. And this is a mold they already have. And how bad would this sell, Fabio? I mean, if you had to put a gun to your head right now, someone had, and said, how many of these are going to sell? They're going to sell 3,000 of these?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Easy. There's no reason why not. And like I said, same thing goes for people who didn't get the original one, the first one, then they get this one. Same exact thing. I don't think people are going to suffer because they didn't get the original one, especially at that price.
Yeah, no. And let's go to something else. So listen, I'm going to blow your guys' minds. Refill now. Get some off-world Jawa Egg Juice, because here's something else. We're going to stay on Rogue One for just a little bit. So I'm pulling this up on the screen, Saga Era, and obviously had a very, very small part, was in the Clone Wars, was also in Rebels, but more importantly, was also in the Bad Batch also as well. But look, I loved Forrest Whitaker in here, and I think what happened, Fabio, is it possible, baby, that because when they're trying to get these figures out, and they weren't coming out with them really fast back then, like some of the figures this year, and then you had The Last Jedi that came out right after freaking Rogue One, and then all the controversy and Solo bombed. And if they were going to come out with some of these Rogue One figures, they couldn't even sell Dark Side Anakin. They couldn't even get rid of the Emperor from Return of the Jedi, baby. These are in stock. So if any of these they were thinking of, they took them off the table. But is it possible? But Rogue One was a very popular movie. It made a lot of money, baby. And I'm telling you right now, this is another one where, especially if Forrest Whitaker doesn't give them too much flack to make his likeness, if it could be easy and the expense is not so difficult. Look, I would buy this in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Me too, right away. But again, the thing is, does it make sense for them to make it? If they're bringing back the fact that they brought back, like I said, that leader trooper, that short trooper squad leader, I feel like, again, and I'm looking for the character's name, because I think that's going to be their way into making this figure. I don't remember his name. I'm looking for him right now, but that's the one figure that Hot Toys ended up not making. The last one that's left that everybody wants. It's the guy with that big gun with the long hair, long curly hair. Can't think of his name right now. Baze Malbus.
Yeah, that's another one.
So I feel like because of this squad leader, I feel like that's going to be their excuse to give us that one.
And you're talking about Baze Malbus right here that they already had teased.
Yep. So that figure that's the last one missing, I believe. So if they're giving us a squad leader, this could be next as well at some point.
Well, I mean, what I see here, baby, that Chirrut Imwe is going for such a high price right now, whether it's deluxe or non-deluxe in the secondary market. I could see them putting both of these out again. I could actually see a 2-pack with this, because even if you had Chirrut, but if they gave you a 2-pack and it included Baze, man, I would pick it up. You know why I would pick it up? I would pick it up because, to be quite honest with you, I don't got Chirrut. So for me, it'd be a bargain. And for some other people, it wouldn't. But I could see them doing something like that. But yeah, I think because it was like the dark times. It was stale coffee. It was, really cold pizza. Coffee had like some green mold in it. It was kind of like, I don't know. It was kind of like, did you ever get that coffee out of the damn hospital machine? You know that vending machine that has the coffee and you're there like late at night or someplace and you're putting it in, it's like, it's not like Dunkin' Donuts, baby. It's not
Well,
like Starbucks.
it's funny. I'm Colombian born and raised. I hate coffee. I don't drink coffee ever, ever. Colombians make the best coffee in the world. I
Here
don't
you go,
drink.
baby.
No, I'm serious. I don't like coffee at all for nothing. No energy. I live my entire life zero caffeine.
Here's the thing, and yeah, I can see Tupac with this. I really can. I can see Hot Toys doing it. I really do think that they're going to give us this figure. But everybody, I'm going to blow your mind. I'm about to blow your mind because you're going to say no way. But before you say no way, I want you to pause and think about it. I want you to pause and think about it because this would be very interesting to me. So we talked about Saw Gerrera. We just talked about Baze because Fabio brought that up. And I'm going to bring this up. This is a main character from the Rogue One line that has not come out yet. And you have to remember, they're going ahead and they're making a series about Andor. But you have to wonder, is it possible that out of nowhere and very, very quickly out of left field, you suddenly get a Cassian Andor from the Rogue One line that comes out? And everybody scoops it up because it's like, wow, they're coming out with the Andor series, and I don't have this main character from Rogue One. And listen, before you all say no way, Aries, remember what I told you about Ahsoka and Grogu? And everyone was telling me they're not going to do that till the Ahsoka series. I was like, they want to make money. They're going to come out with it, and they'll give you another one there. Fabio, is there a slight chance they could do this?
Again, so now we're going back. So, like I said, the last figure that was supposed to be released from Hot Toys was Baze, right? So, if they bring back, if their mentality and their goal is to bring back or start up again the Rogue One line, then again, if they're starting with the short trooper, they could go to Baze, they could go to this guy, leftover figures that they could have made when the movie came out that they just said, you know what? Let's not worry about them now. We'll figure out if we can make them later, which they always can at any point, clearly. So they could do, they could do this at any point if their goal is to continue the Rogue One line, which would make a lot of sense.
And I think it would make a lot of sense because they're already going to do this actor because he's going to be having his own show, number one. Number two, the Clone Wars Season 7 has been over. And they're coming out with all these Clone Wars figures because they sell. And even if they have to make a mold for this actor playing Cassian Andor, they've already re-signed him. So I can actually see them doing this, especially to capitalize. That's the key point here. Remember, to capitalize on the money, because I would actually buy this, even though knowing he's coming out in that series. I would buy it for Rogue One, number one. And remember, they came out with Boba Fett and the Throne. And what people don't realize about that, and putting it together, Fabio, it's real interesting. It's real interesting to me, is that's actually not a Book of Boba Fett figure. It's actually a Mandalorian, him and Fennec. Right. That's what they were. That's what they look like in the Mandalorian. You're gonna get another Fennec and another Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett, baby. I actually could see them doing this with this Andor, especially because they resurrected the Rogue One line. And I'll be honest with you, this was a major character.
Right. This is, again, this is just me, but I feel like this is like the Han Solo of Rogue One. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That was her number one. So I feel like it 100% belongs with the rest of the figures. They should have made it from the beginning, I believe, because he was a big part of the movie, main character. So I feel like if they're doing the Andor series and they're going to use his head sculpt, then it's a no-brainer for them to release it for Rogue One if they already have them done. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, I was kind of pondering it, looking at it, too, and just putting it right together, as you're saying. And then really, when you look at the main poster here, I mean, you got Krennic, on the right side of Jin. So they already got Krennic out. You already got 2 versions of Jin. You got Chirrut Imwe. You got you don't got Baze, but you had a tease. So you're missing Baze. You're missing Saul Guerrero, Forrest Whitaker, and you're missing you're missing Andor. And I really think, I personally, because this movie was a smash hit. This movie was the bomb. I love this movie. I think they're going to make all these characters. I think you're going to see all of these characters on there. I don't think that there's a chance, actually, in the years to come. Let me quantify this. In the years to come, that you don't see a Forrest Whitaker figure. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to go ahead and do that. And I certainly think they're going to get a base.
That would be a beautiful figure, too, if they made that Forrest Whitaker figure. Just his outfit alone would be a nice bulky outfit. You know what I mean? So I feel like that would sell as well. Really well, too.
Yeah. Got 100 in here. Hit the like button, baby. And hi to all you in here. Rick Kira's in the house. What's up, guys? What's up? It's live and raw. So we don't got a full panel. But I got my buddy Fabio in here. We might have another 1 or 2 coming in later. And we're just shooting the crap. We're having fun about some possibilities. And these possibilities, Fabio, they make sense. Starkiller puts in, Fabio doesn't get high on his own supply of coffee. Oh my God, this is just crazy. And I love the whole Rogue One idea. Here's another one. I'm gonna stay with Rogue One for one more. Which I think could come out of left field. Which I don't actually think is. I've actually thought that they were. I'm surprised they didn't do this yet. But let me put this on and see what Fabio thinks and see what you think in the chat. This is, you got the New Hope. You got the deep fake one of Leia. Leia did show up in Rogue One. Look, they made a Solo figure. I mean, the ball figure from the Solo movie.
Right.
Again, they could very easily take the Leia from A New Hope, which is really just the way it is. Put it in Rogue One packaging and say Rogue One Princess Leia without reissuing A New Hope one.
That would be, I mean, it's, again, if Hot Toys is that smart to pull that off, absolutely, it would sell. People won't ever have to ever think about the A New Hope one figure again, because if they're getting this, it's pretty much the same exact figure. You know what I mean? So if Hot Toys decides to pull the trigger on this, that would be insane.
Yeah, I really think that there's a possibility there. I got a question for you, and in some aspects it looks really good. The Carrie Fisher CGI, the Tarkin they completely nailed in this movie, and then I thought in certain spots this picture doesn't do it justice, but I had a hard time finding it. They did a pretty good job, I thought, nonetheless. Do you think that they would try and match it? I don't think that they would try. Here's the interesting thing about this. With the Luke from The Mandalorian season 2, he was aged 5 years. So there's a reason to make it look like the CGI, because he's not Luke from Return of the Jedi. He's way more mature, baby. But this is actually right in concurrent when she puts the Death Star plans into R2. So she should look the same. So I don't know what you think, Fabio, but I don't think that they mess with this head sculpt to make it look like the CGI. I think they keep it the same and just call it Rogue One.
I mean, they could, but the thing is, like I said, are people going to be happy, looking at the same exact figure just with a new label? I wouldn't mind. But then again, if Hot Toys decides to start tweaking faces, look at what happened with the Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian. They're trying to copy exactly that CGI look, which kind of looks funny. So
yeah,
they're going to tweak something. I have to be very careful with that because of that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they would touch it, but if they did, again, they're risking messing it up.
Yeah, and I don't think with this one. I think that they don't have to with this because it's supposed to look like. That's why I think with the Peter Cushing one, they probably just tweaked the hair a little bit from Rogue One, but it's the same time. It goes right into A New Hope, so there's really no time lapse. Right. Except he goes to bed and wakes up in the morning and it's A New Hope.
Exactly, right.
So, he can dry his hair put on a different gel for that day. Same with her. Exactly. So I think that they keep it the same. But, here's the interesting thing. The A New Hope version with this, Fabio, comes with a gun. I don't think that it showed a gun in Rogue One. Would they reissue this in a Rogue One exactly the same, but then don't give you the gun so it's not a straight reissue? Could you see something like that?
If they can figure out a way to give you accessories from this movie specifically, they'll give you something, and they'll give you the gun as an exclusive, an exclusive accessory for the deluxe edition if they decide to go that route. But I feel like if they give you the gun as if it was included as part of it, I feel like people are going to think, oh, it's just a reissue of this figure. That's where they're giving you the same exact thing. But I think they'll make it an exclusive piece, that gun, to make you feel like, okay, if you want to display it this way, you can, but it's not from this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to get into a little bit of Rogue One possibilities. We're going to move on from that now, but I do think, don't be surprised, folks. Don't be surprised if I eventually get a call from the Hot Toys Wizard that's going to tell me that there is a new Rogue One or multiple Rogue One figures that are going to be coming out that would blow your mind. Listen, all of you know, watching Live and Raw, if you woke up next Tuesday morning, if you woke up next Thursday morning or next Friday morning and you saw Baze Malbus on all the social media, or as an official announcement, or you saw Cassian Andor, or you saw that Leia, or you saw a Tarkin, or you saw a Sal Guerrera, it would kind of blow your mind. I mean, in one part you'd be like, oh, well, you know what? Everyone would be saying, Fabio, they've been coming out with a couple Rogue One figures. This makes sense. But the other side of your mind, you're going to be like, holy crap, they actually did it. But let's move to the next thing, because this is getting closer and closer and closer and closer, baby. Come on. Let me pour some. What table you all at? Tell me in the chat what table you're sitting in the cantina, baby, and I'll pour you. I've got decaf. I've got regular. I've got the Spotchka right here. straight from the Tatooine alien cantina. Come on. I got it all. I've got off-world Jawa Egg Juice, and I got hype in my spirit about this movie. I want to talk about this. And I guess it is a movie. If you put all the episodes together, it'd be like a long, 3 or 4 hour film. But it's a series. A series I think that they're going to extend. Let me ask you that first. Before we get into the figures with this, I 1000% believe, Fabio, that if this makes money, they didn't commit that they'll go ahead and do they'll have a second season. And I don't know if they call it the Book of Boba Fett, and maybe their plan all along, and they know it's going to do well, is they're going to have several spinoffs from this. But they're going to do something where it's going to continue, I believe.
I think so too. I think that I think it was Desi who said it's always a one season show until it's not. You know what I mean? So I feel like the response that they're going to get, and I feel like they're the way that I think they expect a certain type of amount of hype, but I feel like they don't understand how people are really going to take in the show. You know what I mean? I feel like people are going to embrace the show more than they actually think, because they're really kind of counting on the original fans. You know what I mean? Because Boba Fett from back then. So they're really, people don't really know much about him, which is how they're reintroducing him to the new audience. You know what I mean? Which is what's happening now. So I feel like people are going to get into the show and really want more. And I think that's how it's going to go to season 2, if they decide to do that, obviously.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I can absolutely see that. I think people will be wanting more. And is it possible? Listen, everybody in the chat, and you're watching this, and you see I got the Book of Boba Fett teaser trailer banner from Disney Plus up here shooting on the screen, baby. I think that this is going to go a direction. I think it's possible. This is going to go a direction that nobody's thinking. I think what they showed you in this trailer is everything from probably the first episode. And I did look at some rumors. I watched a lot of the different channels. I did some research, and I put my own thoughts together as well. And I actually think that there's some misdirection in here. Because I really think, is it possible? I brought up about Grogu and Luke a lot. And I could actually see that the book of Boba Fett is really going to have nothing to do with Jabba's throne. And one way this could go is he could immediately relinquish that for something else, and not just about Mace. Let's forget about the Mace thing for a minute. But there could be a greater threat in the galaxy, something that ties in to the Mandalorian, something that ties into Grand Admiral Thrawn. There is an Ahsoka series that's going to be coming out. And I don't see Boba Fett just hanging out on Tatooine and collecting everybody's bounty money and being the godfather like Don Corleone and planting his tomato plants out in the back over there. I don't see it. But what's kind of funny, and I feel like it was almost in front of our faces, Fabio. The interesting thing is Fennec in the teaser, she said if you would have spoke to to Jabba like that, he would have fed you to the monster. And I have a funny feeling. Is it possible that Luke's in front of him? Because that whole thing about Luke in Return of the Jedi, when he walks down those stairs, after he tells Bib Fortuna, you serve your master well and you'll be rewarded. Remember, Jabba did get the jump on him and he got tossed in the pit. It ain't going to happen to him right now the way he walked through those dark troopers.
Yeah, no.
And if there was a threat to the galaxy, or he needed Boba Fett, or there's a threat on Tatooine, I could see Luke Skywalker going to Tatooine. He has Grogu with him and say, hey, listen, I need you for this. Or forget about this. Do this. There's something going on. I mean, I could actually see something like that. And everybody would sit there and go, what the F?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's a good point.
And the other thing, Fabio, what do you think about them putting that in? I think they want to bring service to that scene. I mean, that was an epic moment to see Luke Skywalker, because they were kind of setting it up. First you had, other people walking down there, and you had everyone coming to Jabba, and then the last person to walk in Jabba's palace was freaking Luke.
Right.
And everyone was like, oh, it's Luke. Here comes Luke. Luke's going to come save the day. If he comes this time, he ain't getting jobbed.
They could use that scene to piggyback on the storyline. So absolutely, why not? You know what I mean? It would make a lot of sense. At least people would remember that and be like, oh, be smart.
Yeah, I really think that there are some possibilities there. And here's the thing. It's a lot of fun. I feel like that Favreau and Filoni make these, The Mandalorian, and I feel like the Book of Boba Fett, and the rumors are that they're going to make it in the same vein. It's a lot of fun. So do you remember back in the 70s, Battlestar Galactica, the original series?
I know the show, but I don't know.
Or, shows like Walker, Texas Ranger, or even, Justified with Timothy Oliphant, or it doesn't have to be a deep, real theological type of, everything has to be perfect. It could just be a bang out fun affair. I mean, I don't think that Luke needs a major theological reason to have to go. If there's a threat, he feels the Force, he wants to recruit, and right now, I mean, there seems to be, I feel like the big threat is Grand Admiral Thrawn, or one of the big threats. And obviously Ahsoka's looking for him, and obviously they want the blood of Grogu to go ahead and however they're going to tie that in. There's something sinister going on. There's something dark going on. That's certainly going to get Luke's attention, isn't it?
Well, you have to understand that if Luke is involved, that's a big deal right there. So him being on the show is gonna make it, just because you have, like we were talking about, you have to figure out how to put him in and where is it gonna make sense. You know what I mean? You can't just start putting in storyline that makes no sense, and I'm gonna tell you why. Star Wars fans, real Star Wars, hardcore Star Wars fans, are very specific, and they really, really know their storyline very well. Example number one, you. if you start seeing things that don't make any sense, you're gonna be like, "What the hell is this? Like, what? Like, how are they putting this in? Like, what? Why is this not adding up? Like, how come they didn't explain this?" So they have to do a good job trying to figure out how to put that storyline in, because if it doesn't make sense or it comes off like weird, you better believe people are gonna complain, and they don't want any part of that.
No, and they have to do it with taste. And I feel like if they do it in the right way, but I feel like with Luke, I always got this impression with Luke. I feel like they're going to have him on a lot, but not. And what I mean by that is really fast scenes where he doesn't do a whole lot of talking, and he's there. He kind of comes in like a real like a wizard, real quick, and then it goes to everything else. He's like, "I need this, I need that. Goodbye," and watch Grogu while you're at it, and I'll be back, because they can't do that CGI all the time.
Not only
Or
not
they
only
could.
that, you don't want to take away from Boba's, spotlight either.
Right. But could this be where Sebastian Stan comes in? And they kind of use him a little bit. I feel like they could still use both, but what do you think about that? I almost feel like that if they want to go with Luke, they can use. I mean, he looks a lot freaking like him. I mean,
Yeah,
they could do some stuff there. What do you think?
That would be a good idea. I mean, if they're gonna plan, they're planning on using him as an actor, why not? You know what I mean? Get people used to the idea of him being the actor instead of using that CGI constantly. That it's gonna get expensive, and like I said, they're probably not gonna be, if they're gonna be using the CGI, they're probably not gonna be showing him as much. They'll probably show you the back of him or the side of him. You know what I mean? Saying whatever he's got to say for the moment, and that's it. Because again, like I said, you can't do too much Luke, because then it's gonna feel like, all right, this is about Boba Fett. Why is Luke here constantly? So it'll take away from Boba Fett. But that would be the only way to do that. You know what I mean? Like to bring him in so people get used to the idea of having him as the actor.
Yeah, and Sinister SMR, I see that there. You're saying there is an EU story where Fett and Han reach closure with both walking away. Yeah, I could definitely see them doing a Han in here. Especially since they got, Harrison to do Indiana Jones. That would be interesting how they would make that work, or what his permission. But listen, going to Paul Morales here. It's live and raw. So your wish. I'm here to serve y'all, baby. Give us a Cad Bane live action figure, please. Really? Can I serve you a little bit here, my friend? Are you talking about this? Is that what you want? Is this what you want, Paul? Should I pour this for you? What table are you at, Paul? Look, to me, this is a no-brainer, guys. Look, it's live and raw. This character already showed up at the Bad Batch. This character has you could have Lee Van Cleef, an all-time Western, actor, play this darn part, who was really great in Escape from New York, by the way. I love it. Anyway, not to get into that, but I'm telling you, I don't think that there's a chance in the world that Favreau and Filoni do not put Cad Bane in here. What do you think, Fabio?
I don't know if they're going to put him in, but I have a feeling that we're getting a figure from somewhere, because, and this is just me, I think that they're going to try to get the same amount of figures, if not more, than Sideshow, meaning the original clones. So it's going to get to, Sideshow made the bounty hunters as well. So I think that Hot Toys is just waiting for their opportunity to be able to make these figures. But I believe 100% that they're coming. On the show, I don't know, but Hot Toys, at some point, they're coming.
Look, I think Raul wants some coffee, Fabio. He's saying season finale of Book of Boba Fett will be the introduction of Mace Windu. You know what's kind of funny? Listen, whoever needs Spotchka, here you go. We're talking about the Book of Boba Fett anyway, and Fennec likes this. So does Cobb Vanth. They didn't give you any indication on the teaser trailer that Mace is coming. But let's go back to the trailer for The Mandalorian Season 2. You didn't get any indication Ahsoka was coming or any of them.
They're not going to give you any indication, because that's what blows your mind. When you don't expect something, you're like, oh my God. Like, same thing with number one, the Luke scene. Number two, the Boba scene at the end. So this is what they want to get that, to get people excited for things that they don't even know it's coming. So
yeah. Well, Sinister, and I get it. Luke makes more sense in the Ahsoka series, but the Dark Jedi is bringing this up because look it up, there are massive, and I mean massive rumors from very credible sources that Luke and Grogu are going to come on the series. I think if Luke comes on, it's going to be very fast, and he's not going to stick around. He's going to leave. And, he could be just recruiting and that type of thing, but it could also be the introduction of Sebastian Stan, but I'm telling you, the rumors are very, very heavy. But here's the thing, and I think that the rumors are very heavy because they went this direction, Fabio. And I think, not to say more important than Luke, because Luke is my absolute favorite character, baby. I need more coffee. But I think the thing, and see if I have a picture here, and I think I do. I think the thing that's interesting is this. There are strong rumors that Grogu is going to be in this. And I know my personal thought is, the logical thought, ending credit scene. They're going to tease it. You're going to see him. Everyone's going to be like, oh, I can't wait. What series is that going to be? Oh, it looks like it's going to be in this series. There's a lot of freaking money. We've been talking about money, Fabio, on the show already. What's going to make them money? Companies want to make money. Disney wants to make money. This is a little bit different than the Obi-Wan series, and I'll tell you why. This is directly related in the Mandalorian timeline, and they want to let people know right away, this green guy's not gone. It doesn't seem like it makes any sense unless there's a greater threat. And then you're going to go ahead and he's going to start getting involved in this battle on Mandalore. He's going to start getting involved with this greater threat. And I don't even think you need to see Luke a whole lot in this. I'll be honest with you. I actually never thought, unless they do a Luke series, Fabio, they need Sebastian Stan if they're going to do that.
Right.
But if they're just going to keep him in here as like a character that comes on, remember Charlie's Angels? And this is a bad example, but I'm going to bring up Charlie's Angels. And the guy that called on the phone.
Yeah, Charlie, you never saw him.
You never saw Charlie, but he's on the phone and he's only on for like freaking 20 seconds. This is how I envision they're going to use Luke. You're never going to get a whole lot. So I think, but the thing is he could drop Grogu off. He trusts Din Djarin. I can see him coming up in there right now and saying, the kid speaks highly of you. I can tell by the Force. The Force is telling me that you can keep Grogu safe. I have other business. I will be back. Okay. I could see this. Absolutely. I mean, this doesn't have to be freaking, so deep and perfect like the Shawshank Redemption or something like Gone with the Wind where it has to be completely perfect. This is easy.
And it's a way to leave you hanging, wondering what happened to Luke. Where did Luke go? And then they could bring, add more storyline to that because you don't know what's going on when Luke's not around. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. That would be a good way to do it.
That's what I think they're going to do. And I agree with some of the comments that, it's a lot of CGI. I always thought from the beginning, and I actually mentioned this in some shows months ago, I don't see him being in a whole lot. I see it like you're going to see him 20 seconds and then you're going to see him and that's it. And then that's it. It's going to be very few and far between. But if they do a series, I think they got to bring in Sebastian Stan. And I think if they bring in Sebastian Stan, they could still use the Mark Hamill, though, in a way on some of these. He's so close, man. And what can they do with makeup? I mean, they can do a whole lot, right, Fabio, in that? I mean, they can do a whole lot.
I saw a picture, this was months ago when they first talked about that he was going to be playing the character. And I was like, oh my God, like they put a side-by-side between them two. And he just looks like a younger Luke, you know what I mean? What's his name? Mark Hamill. And I was like, wow, this is going to be nuts. But he looks exactly the same. So I think they should use him. But then again, you don't know what they're going to do.
No, and I didn't want to put this off, but I wanted to put this up because everybody's talking about it. All right. I see a lot in the chat, so let's go to Mace. I wasn't going to Mace, but let's go to Mace in this series. Again, look, baby, they didn't tease anything with this, which actually gives me hope that something like this could happen. There's a lot going on. Fabio, they brought in Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn. They freaking brought in Luke with this Grogu character. Now you got Bo-Katan too, trying to get the whole thing with Mandalore. You got Moff Gideon, who probably answers to Grand Admiral Thrawn. You've got Luke, who has force sensitive ability. If you've got Mace around, you got Boba Fett. There's going to be a bigger picture. There is one big threat. Let's face it. Now, even if they retcon the sequels, Fabio, you do got the Emperor who's trying to resurrect himself or something like that. You got this Snow character. You got some kind of evil force. You got Grand Admiral Thrawn. They're looking to rule and dominate the galaxy. Certainly Mace Windu, Luke Skywalker are going to have something to say about that, right? And you got Grogu, who they're seemingly making a big part of this. And I really think like the Arrowverse, and this is what I'm getting at, Fabio, and this is what I'm hoping everyone can spill their coffee over. I think there's going to be some crossover like Elseworlds, or like they've done in many seasons where they brought all the Arrow with the Flash, with the Legends of Tomorrow, with Supergirl. Come on, guys. I see something like this.
Everybody together?
I do. I see them going to do something like this. Kind of seems like this is the way.
That would make a lot of sense too, because this is like the perfect time for that stuff. You got the technology to put anything together. You got incredible writers, you got producers, you got directors. Like, if they do it, it would like an Avengers thing. It would be insane.
Yeah, it would be. Let me put this up from Lade Kramer. Appreciate the super chat. So from Andor, do you think we could DT spec reissue, or perhaps Baze, who could guest in an episode even if he doesn't meet Cassian? Yes, I think it's very possible, Lane, with the $5 bomb. Absolutely. But I don't necessarily think. Here's the point, and I was bringing this up before. They can absolutely just release these figures as far as Hot Toys goes from the Andor series. But I don't even think that they need to. I think that they can put Baze out from Rogue One. I'll be honest. I mean, I don't think it's a huge deal, Fabio, right? If you let's say you get Baze from Andor, but you already have Chirrut from Rogue One. Are you going to have so much OCD? It's like, well, I really want to put the Baze from Rogue One in my collection. It's technically not. You know how like some people say, okay, I got an OT Trooper from The Mandalorian, and I'm going to put it in my original trilogy, but it's really not an original trilogy. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No, exactly. No, people will do that. Again, if a figure is super expensive, for example, or if Hot Toys doesn't make it, or they make something different from a different line, same figure from a different movie or whatever, it's very common for people to buy and display their figure. Like, actually, I do that. When the first Thanos figure came out, not the first one, the second one with the armor, I'm displaying him with Nebula, and which she's from Endgame, and with Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. You know what I mean? So not the same line, but they look great together. So, and I don't mind that there's two different bases. People could change the base, do a generic black oval base. It's fine. But there's no reason why not to. If they decide not to make base from Rogue One, and they make it from Andor, I'm definitely getting him either way. And if I get multiples, I would definitely put one in the Rogue One shelf, on the Rogue One shelf, and then the other one wherever it's going to go.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring this one up. Thank you so much, Lane. Appreciate the support, brother. Appreciate it. Let's bring this up because I have a funny feeling about this. It's Westerny, it's Mandalorian, Tatooine, and I really think there may be a scenario, Fabio, where you're going to see that the Tusken Raiders nursed, gave Boba some hot coffee. Here, my child. Here, my come rest in our tents. Come rest in our lair. We'll give you some coffee. Here's some Tusken Raider. Here's some Spotchka. Here's some Tusken Raider juice. Let us nurse you back to health. We know who's got your armor. And obviously, at the end of episode 1 in season 2, baby, he was eyeballing. Boba Fett was not oblivious that Cobb Vanth had his armor. It's freaking Boba Fett. But there's a reason. There's a reason he didn't kick Cobb Vanth's ass and take the armor yet. And who knows what that is? I really think he's showing up in here. For one episode, maybe. They get Timothy Oliphant in here. Again, we talked about it before. Help carry an episode. But I think that this character is going to be in there. I also think that this hot toy is coming, and with a head sculpt.
I was going to say that I would love to see a Cobb Vanth figure. I think that figure would look amazing, and it would make sense for him to be on the show. So why not? You know.
And I don't think that this figure, I would be disappointed. I don't want this figure if it doesn't have the head sculpt. I'm being honest.
Oh no, it's gotta. I mean, so here it could go either way. It could go, do they really want to, give you the actor with the head sculpt, or do they want to give you just that different outfit to just give you a different Boba Fett look? You know what I mean? So it's up to Hot Toys to decide if the actor was on screen enough for them to do the head sculpt, which I believe he was, so I think they should.
Well, he was on a lot more than freaking Ray Parks was in Solo, right. And he was a hologram.
So that's what I'm saying. I think they definitely, if they do the figure, it's going to be head sculpt 100%.
All right, so, and obviously they have to sell enough to be able to warrant a head sculpt. I guess. Not. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, I think they sell a lot of these. Do you think that this sells more or less than the heavy infantry Mandalorian? What do you think? Cobb Vanth with the head sculpt.
Way more, and I'm going to tell you why. If it comes with a head sculpt, absolutely. I feel like, the what do you call it? The heavy Mando sold, because of, I feel like, the popularity of the show that moment, and because it's a different type of figure. It's like you got a huge Mandalorian figure that just complements what they made so well. You know what I mean? So that is a huge selling point, the popularity of the show at the moment. But
yeah,
this figure, if they make Cobb Vanth, I'm telling you, this figure is going to sell so quickly because just the way it looks. You know what I mean? He gives the Boba Fett look. He changes the way he looks. You know what I mean? And how beat up that armor is. Forget it. Like it's an easy sell figure for Hot Toys, 100%.
It is sick. It is sick, baby. And I agree with you. Is it possible that the Cobb Vanth figure sells even more with a head sculpt than the heavy infantry Mandalorian did? And I say yes. Absolutely. Here's the magic question. Pulling this on the other character out here. Look, we've talked about this, but look, I actually really think we're going to get this Cobb Vanth as an announcement before the end of this year. I think it's coming, baby. Buckle up with the chat. You're going to get this Cobb Vanth figure before the end of the year. This one would not surprise me either. This Mayfield. And they can do it with his original outfit from season 1, but I actually think they're going to do it with the freaking I think they're going to do it with the trooper. It's like kind of like, they gave you Luke. I don't know. I just think that's going to happen.
No, definitely. Like I said, when I saw the figure, when I saw the character, I was like, oh my God, this would be an insane figure. And then we found out about the Boba show, and I was like, oh my God, this would be great. And I feel like they'll use that to give you different looks to Boba Fett, because I know we talked about multiple looks coming, so I feel like it's a no-brainer for them to do it.
Hey, hit the like button while you're watching this. We're going to get into now. Here we go, Fabio. I'm really looking forward to this part of this show. And I'm going to bring up figures that are going to come out of left field, and we're going to be like, yes or no. Okay? So we went through all the different, the Book of Boba Fett's coming out. We got the freaking, you got to watch the Sizzler later. You got to watch the Sizzler later, Fabio. You got to watch it.
You got to watch it.
You got to watch it. But let's go ahead and bring this up onto the screen. And all right, I'm bringing up Kira from the Solo movie. And let me bring this one up here. And let me bring up another picture of her because I had a few that were saved on here. And Star Wars is in a different place. And I think people didn't like this movie more for making a point and not going to it because of The Last Jedi. There was also some marketing, all kinds of stuff with this. It was just the wrong time. I think they sell a few thousand of these. Because let me tell you, the Han Solos in a secondary market from this movie, they're all trending up. I'm talking about the non-Stormtrooper one. The Mud Trooper one is going to trend up soon as well. That was already very, very high, and it's a trooper. But I'm talking about the non-deluxe Han Solo and the deluxe one are trending up. Those figures are going to be over $300 in short order. But I can see people picking this up.
So what I noticed specifically because with Star Wars and not and I'm not talking about Marvel, I'm not talking about DC, because with Marvel and DC I've noticed that when a movie comes out and the movie doesn't do very well, the figures don't sell well at all. But with Star Wars, I've noticed that even when the movies don't do well, the figures still sell very, very well.
It's Star Wars. It's almost like yeah.
No. So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like if they make her, it's a no-brainer. And and I started to notice too when Hot Toys comes out of nowhere with a figure from a line that you thought was done. You know how exciting that is to just start thinking, oh my God, there's more coming. There's a chance that there's more coming. That's awesome, So they make her. I know I'm picking her up, no problem. So.
It's a great sense advertising. Look, they got us talking tonight, and I know other channels have done it as well. They got us talking about Rogue One. We were talking about Sal Guerrero. We're talking about Baze Malvis. We're talking about possibilities with Cassian Andor that we didn't even consider, baby, yet. Who needs a refill? Because here we go.
And that's the thing with Hot Toys. It's like you never know what their angle is, and it's crazy. No matter what you could say, what you try to come up with and try to guess with Hot Toys, we will never know what goes on behind the scenes because there's so much stuff going on.
Yep. Well, listen, I'm going to pop these up on the screen. Let's go to it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is the coffee refills that you all want. And if you don't want coffee because it's too strong, I got decaf too. And if you don't want coffee at all, I got tea, baby. And I got green tea. And if you don't want that, I got the Spotchka right here, my friends. And if you don't want that, I got Off-World Jawa Egg Juice. And if you don't want that, I got water. Look, I got it all. And here we go. Let's go to it because, look, here's ones that I think could come out of left field. And I'm just going to bring it up. And to me, they make sense. We'll see if they make sense to the people in the chat. We'll see if they make sense to Fabio. Is it possible that this is going to come out before the end of the year? To me, this is like a dumb question, actually. But go ahead, Fabio.
So like we talked about before, I feel like it has to come out before the Boba Fett show starts.
Yes,
it has to. There's no again, and we talk about why. I feel like if this is, as we know, part of The Mandalorian, not of Boba Fett. So this has to come out to, number one, hype up the show, because once you get this figure, you're not going to be able to wait until the show comes out. And number two, once you see these figures and you have these figures in hand, you're not going to be able to wait not only for the show, but what the next Boba Fett figures are going to look like from the show, because we don't know that yet. You know what I mean? Like we saw the double pack of him being, looking like a bum, and then with the beat up armor, but we don't know what he's going to turn into in the future, and that's what makes it exciting because we don't know what's coming.
It's so exciting, baby. You're hitting it right on the head, and you do need this figure before the end of the year. And this is one I'm telling you right now, folks. Get your coffee ready. Fill it up. She's coming, and guess what? She's coming with a full head sculpt. That I can guarantee you. I've already heard it from the Hot Toys wizard. Full head sculpt coming on the way. Get ready for it, baby. Live and raw. Come on. I mean, they have to do this. This would be a dumb move on their part. They're live and raw. I could say it. They're coming out with it. Here's another one. Get ready. We're live and raw, baby. And I haven't brought this one up in a while because I've been talking about the Endor Han and the Hoth Han. But this is 1,000% coming and coming soon. This is the Bespin Han. Bespin Han is coming. I'm gonna lose it, baby, with this. I need to take a sip while we look and digest this, baby.
No, we definitely need a Bespin Han. We got the Bespin Luke. We got the DX Bespin Luke. They're not reissuing, but they're making the new Bespin Luke that we saw should be coming. But yeah, no, the Bespin Han is a must, 100%. We have to get him.
Well, we're going to definitely get. I'm going to spill my coffee. As someone put it here, I didn't have this up as one of the ones I'm going to put up. But Sinister, you're going to get the Solo Lando, baby, because they're making a Lando series. They're making a Lando series. You're absolutely going to get that. And just like the Cassian Andor, you're probably going to get the freaking Lando from the. I wouldn't shock me if we're talking about Kira. We're talking about Kira. To be honest with you, Fabio, I mean, I almost think Lando would be I'd even sure a lock. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, you got freaking Han Solo. Where's Lando Calrissian from the Solo movie? I mean, the dark clouds are gone right now.
Yeah.
So to me, I'd have to buy that.
A Chewie also. I would love a Solo Chewie.
Oh,
so
freaking
badly.
Yeah.
So badly. It was funny because when I thought they were gonna release him or at least announce him, because I remember when the figure came out. I don't know if you remember the deluxe Solo came with that bear suit, that furry suit.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no way that they're not going to release a Chewie to go with this guy. They turned out they never did, and I was like, oh my god, I need a Chewie here. So I ended up starting to look for the old ones, the New Hope one, which is insane, like way too expensive, and then I was looking for the one from the sequels, Force Awakens, yeah, and
yeah, I want that one actually because it doesn't have the articulated jaw.
I have it, but I was gonna say I wanted to pick up a second one for the Solo display, but the hair is different. They got it's a different tone of hair, so I was like, you know what, to put it on there, I was like, I'm not gonna get it, but yeah, no, it's a great figure, but it just doesn't match. If you look at the one that they use for the promo pictures of the Solo figure. Completely different hair color. I don't know if it's lighting. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like the ones I have already. But I was just going to get a second one just for the hell of it. But I wish and hope that they do come out with that Chewie and it would sell 100% again as well.
Oh, I'd spill my coffee over that, baby. And I think that they can do that. Look, Star Wars is in a really good place. And I'm going to be honest with you. And I know that the Solo movie does not have the same bad taste, the same division like the Last Jedi and that goes. I mean, I could really, I could certainly see that a Chewbacca, a Kira, a freaking Lando before General Hux or something like that. I think it could happen. But I mean, look, Metamorphic Customs, we need that Bespin Han already, or a Hoth Han or a Tauntaun. Listen, you're getting me going. Pulling this back up on the screen. You need this Bespin Han. We need the Bespin Han to go with the Bespin Leia, to go with the freaking Bespin Lando, that's going to go with the Bespin Luke. And that's another one. Putting this up on the screen. Is it possible before the end of the year? Look, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not sure. I know Dante from Anaheim Collectibles, some other people really think that they're going to change the head sculpt. And they may. I mean, I want them to. But if they don't, they didn't change it with the Snowspeeder Pilot Luke. They came out. I just said Snowspeeder Pilot Luke, everybody. Where did that come from? Of course you're going to get a Bespin Luke.
No, that I can't. This is the one I was talking about. I can't wait for this one either. Like I said, I have the original DX one from back then. But this is my favorite Luke look. There's something about this look that, to me, this is Luke. Why? I have no idea, but he looks awesome in this outfit.
Oh, it's freaking incredible, dude. I'll be like, I would kind of lose it, baby, if they come out. I really feel like they're going to come out with this. But
They
when
will.
they show,
They
yeah,
will
and they,
because again, it's super expensive on eBay, and people are dying. They've been dying to get this figure for many, many years. So I have a feeling they definitely will come out at some point.
no, absolutely. And I think if they come out with the Bespin Han and they come out with the Bespin Luke, the next logical figure, they're not going to stop there. I know we're talking about they're going to get Return of the Jedi figures and all that. You're still going to get freaking new. You're going to get a New Hope figures. But I'm just pulling this up, and I don't want to stay a whole lot on it today. But I'm telling you right now, if they come out with Bespin Luke, you're going to get a Hoth Luke. It makes no sense. You come out with Snowspeeder Pilot Luke, Fabio. You come out with a Bespin Luke. You got to give me a Hoth Luke. And for me, I don't know about anybody else in the chat, I actually want this more than the Bespin Han or the Bespin Luke. I'd love to have the Hoth Luke and the Hoth Han, but I'll take them all. But I want this, baby.
I was just gonna say, we don't have to pick and choose with Hot Toys. Let's just hope they give us everything, because again, they'll sell. You know what I mean? These are especially something like this. We haven't gotten any of this.
Well, how much do they freaking go the sideshow versions? You have them. I mean, they go for insane.
Well, back then, when I bought them, I want to say I bought them for like $170 back then when they were, and I bought them brand new from Sideshow, I believe, back then. So yeah, they weren't super expensive back then, but that was the retail price at the moment. But now they're going for way more because people want these figures, even though they don't look, they're not the Hot Toys quality, when it comes to the head sculpt. But that look and the tailoring for Sideshow figures back then, you go back to the GI Joe line, they made really, really good stuff. So they hold up to their value,
Yeah, well, let's stay. I'm going to stay on course. I'm not going to get into Luke and although Luke and Hoth and the Hoth today, but here's what we said so far. I just had to pull it up because to me it's a no-brainer. When we get the Bespin Luke, we brought up that this one is imminent here. We also brought up that we think Han Bespin is imminent here. We also brought up that we think that the Luke Bespin is imminent. Let me bring up another one, which I really feel is imminent as well. Because listen, we talked about this last night. If they drop Clone Commander Wolf, people are just gonna lose it. It's gonna, if you think that frickin' Jesse is number one right now, and it's number one over everything, Loki, everything, that and Vaughn, they come out with Wolf. It would. I think the world would stop, baby.
I think they might be holding this one for last. Believe it or not, this is not. If we're getting this, they might announce it, but they'll give us figures before they'll give us this one.
That's a really good point. They could. Yeah, that's a really good point because this is. Do you think that this is one of the main ones that people? I mean, outside of Rex and Cody.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would think. Let me know in the chat. I mean, how many of you in the chat during live and raw here? I'll fill you up. Let me give you a refill, baby. Let me give you a refill. You want me to spill it? I could. How many in the chat would buy this? How many of you would actually get this Wolf figure? Just let me know. Is this immediate day one pre-order? Is this you got to think about it? Is this a hard pass? What would you do in the chat if you woke up in the freaking morning and you saw that Clone Commander Wolf is out? Tell me, what do you think? What would you do? I know what I would do. I think that this would probably go insane. And you know what the interesting thing about it is, Fabio? I think it would break the internet. And we already have it tomorrow. It'd be the same Tamora Morrison head sculpt. We kind of really know in the back of our head it's coming. I just think people really freaking want this.
Yeah. No, and it's it's a different look. You remember you got the messed up eye. Sideshow made one with I guess like a scar line coming down his eye. As you can see here, you can't really tell much. It's there, but it's very little. But that look with the amount of likeness that that Hot Toys makes their house sculpt. So I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful figure, and I think that's why people would buy it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and yeah, but they're talking about Commander Bly. You're talking, and I think that Fox is coming out. We talked about that on Dante's stream yesterday. I mean, I can actually see that Fox.
We're gonna
I can see him coming out tomorrow.
we're gonna get a lot of clones, like I said yesterday, because people are army building, and Hot Toys is seeing this. It's a no brainer for them to keep them coming. You know what I mean? And now that you started with them, there is no way that another figure is gonna come out and you're gonna be like, I don't like that one, because you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out. You don't buy one of the other clones, forget it.
Yeah, someone just put in a very interesting thing. Rick Care here. We need a Plo Koon then. Yeah, well, you know what? I think Hot Toys might put that together, and then you can start thinking. If they go ahead and they put out a wolf, they probably know a lot of people would buy a Plo Koon. I mean, Plo Koon is sell anyway. Plo Koon, Fabio, any of the Jedi from the Jedi from the prequels, or any of the Jedi are going to go ahead and sell. Let's continue to move on over here. So I think that this could come out of left field. I wouldn't be surprised with any of them that come out. Is it possible we can get? We talked about Mayfield already. Bringing this up on the screens, this would not shock me. I would not be shocked if I wake up tomorrow morning and this is here, even though that we didn't go ahead and get this at Sideshow Con, a tease. We didn't get this at New York Comic Con. There's not even a chance in the world, in the galaxy, in the universe. There's more of a chance of this figure. There's more of a chance that I'll stop drinking coffee than this figure not coming out, Fabio.
I don't know. I mean, if it does come out
at some time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, definitely not anytime soon, but it's definitely it has a lot of potential to be made. It would be an awesome figure. But like I said, if it's gonna come out, I don't think anytime soon. But then again, you never know. So
no, you never know. And let's go to the next one now. Let's go to these are all, we're putting ones on the screen. We're talking about Bespin Han, Fabio. Bespin Luke. We're talking about Fennec. We're talking about Wolf. We're talking about Mayfield, Grief Karga. I mean, we're talking about, these are very real possibilities that we're bringing out. And let me bring up something here that I'm glad that you're on here with me, because I think you'll have a perspective on this, because we've talked about it, that some people are like, what are you talking about? And I'll put this up on the screen. I'm going to put up the Black Series version to kind of protect myself from getting tomatoes thrown at me.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know much about this Sith. I'm just going to be honest with everybody, this particular one. But I'll tell you right now, there's not a chance in hell that I don't buy this figure immediately. It is a Sith Lord. There's no head sculpt on this, Fabio.
Do you put this right next to Darth Maul? Do you know how good it'll look?
Why did Black Series put this out? Because they figured that no one would buy it. No one would buy this. Who wants coffee? Anyone want coffee with this Darth Nihilus figure? Anyone would buy it? I'll admit that I don't know much about this guy too much. But listen, to me, I think that with Star Wars getting popular, we can't be shocked if we wake up in the morning and we see something like this. This would sell like hotcakes.
And I think what may be holding them back is, like we know in Asia, Star Wars is not as popular. So I think maybe that's why they're not pumping them out as fast as we would like because of that. I feel like if Star Wars was a bigger market overseas, I feel like we would be getting them, way faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And and if you noticed that quarter scale, I think it was the quarter scale Batman, the one that we were talking about on the show yesterday. I think that's 2023.
Right.
There is not one Star Wars figure right now, because somebody just put up Rick here, let me relieve your fear, baby. Let me relieve your fear here. Although this is a different one. I want to put this one up first. He needs to get a job working for Jabba. Listen, because if you borrow money from pizza is gonna send out for you, Rick Hare. Listen, they have to come out with figures for 2020 for 2023, Fabio, there's not one freaking Star Wars figure that's up for 2023. There's hardly any as far as what we got right now for the fourth quarter of 2022. So it's not like you're going to have to buy this. I could see them putting this out and filling up 2020. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I feel like, that's going to change. Not having any figures for 2023 is going to change because, again, everything that's coming. And we're going to get – I feel like everything we're going to get, it's not going to be announced. Just like, Jesse and Vaughn just happened out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So things like that are going to happen a lot.
Yeah, the freaking Black Series already has the Jedi Revan. Besides a reissue of the Darth Vader, that's Jedi Revan.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, these are just like, if you want to look at it as comic book characters, expanded universe characters, you want to kind of liken it to like, an animated Boba Fett, a vintage color Boba Fett, like Sideshow did, a prototype Boba Fett. These figures are easy, and they would sell like freaking mad. You know how many collectors are coming over from the Black Series to collect Hot Toys? You put out a freaking Hot Toys Revan or an Alice, oh my God. It goes insane, dude.
Well, it's true. Yeah, but look at this. Like, for example, if Hot Toys just came out with this figure for whatever reason, just a one-off of this, just because it doesn't belong to any show or whatever, this would sell so quickly just because look at that thing. That thing is beautiful.
I'd love a freaking 2-pack of Revan if they can give you like the Jedi and they wouldn't do that, but and the Sith one, and oh man, that would be like freaking sick. And then, here's another one that I think we got to brace for because we were just talking about it and I put it up almost on every show. And we talked about it and I'm just putting it up that I wouldn't be surprised if I wake up in a week or 2 or 3 or in a month or in 2 months or in 6 months or right when the Obi-Wan series is going on and we'd be like, why did they put this out when the Obi-Wan series is? I need this figure, Fabio. I'm looking. So you guys saw, I started off the show. I was spilling my coffee. I'm spilling my coffee. I'm going nuts over this Obi-Wan scissor, which you got to watch, my friend. Once we get off the air over here, you got to check this out. But I got to get the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. I got to get that OT figure. I don't see any scenario where that series stops them. It's kind of like it didn't stop them from coming out with the Ahsoka figure before we even got to the Ahsoka series. You already had the Clone Wars out. Go ahead.
Getting the 1/4 scale?
Making that 1/6. I was putting that up that the 1/6 would hopefully look like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That would be like we talked about. Darth Vaders, they all sell. Darth Vaders are no brainer, for Hot Toys to release at any moment. Especially that it's funny that Rogue One Darth Vader.
It's awesome. I wish I had it.
I never thought that figure would be as popular as it is, or as it was back then. It's really not, now. But
it's closing in on the $400 tier range, bro. The freaking Rogue One Darth Vader.
Yeah, that figure is awesome. That figure's really. But again, I never thought that it would become that. You know what I mean? Like at all, because he wasn't even in the movie that long. So it's like, why would you think that? But just the fact that he was in it, just blew it up.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look, and look, let's bring these up. People have talked about it, and I really think that it's coming. And right now they seem to be focusing more on, Rex's clan or whatnot, but I don't think that they have to be uniform or even for Hot Toys to make sense. You already got Cody out, and I could see the Airborne, the 212th, and it wouldn't. I'm surprised. Look at all the Mandalorian troopers, Fabio, that they're coming out with. And we're probably not done with that. And you're probably going to we didn't talk about this, baby. You want to talk about spilling coffee. You're going to see troopers in the Obi-Wan series, in the Book of Boba Fett, in the Android. You're going to get so many troopers. This is coming.
We're never going to stop getting troopers. People have to realize that, a trooper from Star Wars doesn't matter what trooper it is. They're a character on their own, on whether it's any movie or any show. So just because they're, it's a military figure that that you see a lot of, it doesn't mean that they don't count them as, an actual character of, again, movie or show. So we're gonna keep getting, troopers until Star Wars is dead, which is never gonna happen. So
Let me share some Swiss mocha with you. I'll bring it out so we can celebrate the moments of our life. And let me ask you this. Okay, forget the Swiss mocha. Give me the regular coffee. Anyway, let me ask you this, Fabio. Let's say in 3 years from now, is there any chance that this figure is not yet announced?
3 years? No way.
There you go, folks.
There's no reason for them to show us a figure, right? But then again, they removed the airborne trooper. Remember, it was on there.
Mm-hmm.
They removed it now, so I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does it mean that they took it off because they're really making it now? They took it off because they're completely not making it now? So. But 3 years for that, I don't think so. I think way sooner than 3 years.
With the way the Clone Wars are selling, and you're seeing, I mean, if I could pull it up on the screen, and I'm pulling this one up. Is there any chance that this is not going to come out because of the? Is there any chance this is not coming?
I mean, why would you think that?
Oh, because of the just to say, I mean, because of the Obi-Wan series, because they're going to have an Obi-Wan from the new show. You're going to have probably Obi-Wan in some kind of disguise outfit, like Sigil Songwriter was bringing up before, right? You might get that Alec Guinness reissue. No, I don't think you can have enough. I think that people are so pumped up to see Ewan McGregor again. And you gotta have this version. Go ahead, talk, because I'm gonna pull up the bestsellers.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I feel like because the show, people are gonna be so excited about the show, and like we talked about earlier, I feel like they're gonna start making, figures of him, and we're gonna get reissues or at least new figures, obviously from the show, but the ones from before, hopefully, and that's a no-brainer for them to make that. You know what I mean? It's a different look, completely different look. And again, I feel like if they make it, it's going to sell because people want that different look. People don't want just that constant same, outfit, same look. They want different things, which is why I feel like the concept art figures, if they get into that, would do very well.
I mean, just look at this on the screen, Fabio. This is sorting out everything. Everything Hot Toys on Sideshow. Look at the first 3 figures. And it's not even the Mandalorian, and it's not none of the shows from Marvel.
That's great. That's great. That's what I mean. It's
crazy. It's insane. It's insanity. Look at that, everybody in the chat.
And you can't even say like these are the older figures. These are like the ones that literally just like were like announced like last,
No, exactly. So I feel like there's not going to be a scenario where they're talking about, well, we're going to come out with Obi-Wan here from this series and that series. Let's pass on the Clone Wars. I don't see anything that Hot Toys has on the docket, baby. I don't see anything that they've been brewing, hoping for the Clone Wars, where they're going to say, let's pass.
Right. And like I said, because, again, the troopers are easy to make for them. The troopers are done. No head sculpt troopers, even faster. And don't forget that because people, again, these figures are making people army build. There are no figures besides these figures where you would need to buy 5, 6, 7, 8 of them at all. But people are doing this with the troopers. There is no reason for Hot Toys to be like, oh, let's slow down on the troopers. Absolutely not.
No, not at all. And I mean, this is just so freaking interesting here when you look at this list and sorting it all out. I mean, it is absolutely crazy to me to see where they are sitting. And then, Fabio, when you go ahead and just make this Star Wars, it's freaking crazy. You've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the top 8 figures are Clone Wars. The other 2 are Mandalorian. And the Mandalorian is popular, folks, because look at the Beskar Mandalorian. Are you shocked with that? I think I'm gonna have some coffee looking at that. The best car Mandalorians, they won't go away, man. They
Well,
keep
'cause
selling.
you have to understand that the only reason why they're up there now is because the clones is what's hot right now. But if the clones weren't out, the Mandalorian would be number one at this moment right now.
It would be number one. It would be number one. But are you surprised that these two versions of the Mandalorian are actually higher than the freaking chrome-plated Mandalorians, which are down here? Does that shock you at all?
Well, the chrome-plated ones are the ones that are not even out yet, correct?
Right. They're not out yet. They're not out till the fourth quarter next year.
So I feel like because people purchase these first, that there's no rush for the other ones. You know what I mean? But I feel like once people start seeing what they look like when they're out, I feel like people are going to start buying and buying, and it's going to get to a point where, again, once it sells out, it's going to be like, I want it. You know what I mean? I don't think they're rushing right now because, again, they have the best car, they have the original, but once the new ones come out, you're going to see people are going to be like, oh my God, I need it. Yep.
Hey, who wants a refill? We're getting close to winding down over here, so let me give you the last refill, baby. What table are you on? Let me know, Captain Trips, Adrian Turley, whoever's in here. I'm just looking at the chat while I'm holding the pots up. I'll give you a refill. Free on me, brothers and sisters. Who wants some Spotchka? Look, before we I'm gonna recap some of this. And I'm gonna recap some of this by putting this on. And look, this is what it's all about today and why I am live and raw. Let me show
Meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
how the heck is he gonna let's just recap this and end it with this, because look, and let me have my coffee in my hand while we talk about it, baby. How is he said he was the learner. How is he still the learner in the series? But Deborah Chow and Disney and Ewan McGregor are saying we're gonna have a battle again. What's gonna happen here, Fabio? What is it that maybe we're not seeing?
I mean, if you really want to get into that, that's real deep. You know what I mean?
It's deep.
That conversation, we could be here another couple hours, but it's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting with that because, again, this is going to be mind-blowing, number one, if and when this happens. And I think because it's going to be such an epic scene all over again, I feel like Favreau and what's his name, Filoni, they're gonna make this so intense and so what's the word? Anyway, it's gonna be
So like I know what you mean. It's gonna be so like epic.
It's gonna draw people in. It's gonna have people hooked. It's gonna be like people are gonna be like, oh my God, what did I just watch? And I feel like that's where it's gonna go because it's such a deep topic that it's so big.
Yeah, I think that there's so many directions that they could go. That Sizzler reel, you got to check it out, my friend. And I should have uploaded that on here so that you could have seen it, and I could have played that for you. But it's kind of it's not it's only like a minute and a half or 2 minutes or whatnot. But yeah, holy crap! I mean, I am so pumped up. I actually heard some channels yesterday. And I don't agree with it. In not in hottoys, but in other ones, saying that I feel like that they're not giving us enough Star Wars, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It's enough Star Wars.
It's only Star Wars right now.
I mean, I can't watch all these. I mean, I'm gonna have Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, for the first quarter. Really, it starts December 29th, but it's gonna be for the first quarter of next year, baby. Come on.
Yeah,
and
true.
then you're going to have the freaking Obi-Wan series in the spring. Spotchka there too. You're going to have the Andor series in the summer. You're probably going to have the Bad Batch around the same time too, spring, summer. Right around there. And then you're also going to end the year with the freaking Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yeah,
no, I mean, that's a lot of. I don't want anymore.
I don't want it anymore.
I guess the thing is because, they don't have them, movies aren't for a while. I personally like it that they took a break from the movies It's a new environment anyway. It's been taking a while for a lot of people to get out of COVID and all that kind of stuff anyway. I'm fine with the live action. Let them build up and do the movies right when they're ready to do them.
I exactly was going to say the same thing you just said. I feel like they're doing these shows to build into a movie. You know, they're trying to get all their sides back into a specific place to eventually make a movie. So they don't have that same flop with what do you call it? With the newer movies. So I feel like that's what they're doing to get everybody at this specific like place where they're boom, movie announced. I feel like that at least.
Well, and hey, KG collectors in the house. Looking forward to having a bunch of the guys back next week, live and raw. So glad that Fabio's been able to get in here. I want to answer this question from Lane Kramer. 6-scale Cantina, are you disappointed that the Rogue One Squadron movie has been delayed indefinitely? And I say no. I'm actually not. It's not that I wasn't looking forward to it, but I almost feel like that they're looking to do something Knights of the Old Republic. You know, you've heard a lot of the teases with Keanu Reeves, you know, if you listen to Mike Zero or this sort of that one, a lot of cool stuff that are possibilities. You know, I heard that they hired Daisy Ridley back, and who knows? My whole thing is when you got Favreau and Filoni at the helm and working with George Lucas, remember George Lucas working with him, the possibilities are endless of where they can go. And really, I don't know about you, Fabio, but I wasn't like on the edge of my seat for the Rogue Squadron movie, like I was Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Ahsoka series, even Lando series. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but it didn't have the same heart thumping thing. There's no way I'm missing it. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. But I don't know. Did you feel the same way?
So when I saw that all these shows were announced, I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I didn't get stuck on any specific show. I was just like, they're coming. You know, so the fact that it's not out, it's not affecting me because I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't wait for it. You know what I mean? So if they come out, I'll watch them, obviously, but I'm not like, oh my God, is it coming out? Is it not? No.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny. Joe P puts up a good point. They are still clueless where to go with the films, in my opinion. Right. So that's what I was kind of saying to Fabio while we were talking. I'd rather them not come out with them until they're not clueless anymore, Fabio.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want that again. And maybe it's a situation where they just are going to continue to build the story with the Mandalorian, you know, and then be able to come up with something where there's a lot of foundation, there's a lot of backbone, baby, and then we can go ahead, because I still think they're going to retcon the sequels in a certain way. I'm not saying they're going to totally. I just feel like they're going to do so. At the very least, Fabio, they're going to make it make more sense, do something to tie it in. But I actually could see some type of retcon in some way. I actually really believe, and I don't know what anybody thinks in the chat, but I really believe they're going to go a Marvel way with this. And I actually could see them, baby, doing some type of time travel. Come on, it's Disney. They own Marvel. You know, some of these same people have worked with Marvel. Doctor Strange goes back in time. You can go back in time. That was already done in Rebels. There's things that could happen where they can do things that are completely out of this world, baby. So I could actually see something like that, Fabio, which would make me spill my coffee.
No, and it would make a lot of sense because, again, like I said, I feel like they're starting from the ground up. You know what I mean? I feel like these shows is their way of them telling you their story from their, you know what I mean? Like from their own perspective of their story. And so far, everything's been so, specifically The Mandalorian, it's been so good that that's when I feel like they saw the response from the audience of The Mandalorian or how it was doing. And that's when they decided, you know what, let's give them all this. And I feel like, again, they're building. This is just structural stuff for what's coming in the future. And I feel like it's to set up movies coming up.
Well, listen, before I go ahead and Fabio and I take our final sip, let's show this again.
We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Listen, I spilled my coffee. Spilled my coffee with the sizzle reel in thinking about this. They got me thinking about Star Wars. Everybody in the chat, they got me excited about Star Wars. I'm excited about Star Wars Hot Toys. There's not one darn figure that's even up for pre-order. That's in 2023. We got so much that they got to put in for, you know, even the third and second quarter, the third and fourth quarter for next year, Fabio. I really think we're going to get bombarded with announcements, but they're not going to be coming out now. They're not going to be coming out the first quarter or even the second quarter of next year, unless we get like a one or two con exclusives, which is possible.
Right.
They got to fill these up. So listen, last call on you. I'm so freaking pumped up about these shows. I'm so freaking pumped up about the Obi-Wan series. I got Ewan McGregor. I got freaking Hayden Christensen. I got Tamara Morrison in the book of Boba Fett. I think we're going to see something with Luke in there, something with Grogu. We're going to see Bask. We're going to see Cad Bane. We're going to see IG-88. We're going to see Dengar. We're probably, you know, I don't care that what's-his-face freaking said that who the heck's that girl? Aura Singh's dead. Who knows? It's like I said before, okay. Dark Jedi told you I slapped Jabba in the face. You believe that? Listen, it doesn't matter that he said that he shot Aura Singh. I think it's so exciting. But the hot toys are exciting because I know that the announcements have to come. They can't just put these figures out and release them next month. Right. What's going to come the second half of next year, Fabio? What the heck's going to come for 2023? They have to announce it now.
They not necessarily, because again, look at what happened with Jesse and Vaughn out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like out of nowhere. So I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to have announcements, just like we did with, you know, prior figures with Cody, with Rex, you're going to have regular announcements, and then you're going to have piggybacks under those announcements, like we did again, like they did with Jesse and Vaughn. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be huge announcements every time. I think it's going to be a big announcement, so you know what's coming, what line is coming at least. And then they're just going to piggyback randomly. You're going to get, you know, pictures of this is coming, like Jesse and Vaughn.
Absolutely, baby. Listen, I hope you all had fun in here tonight. I'm at 2.5 hours, baby, at the Dark Jedi. The Dark Jedi's got to get to the rest of Saturday night. Listen, Fabio, anything going on different? I know you came out with your great collection of video, the second one. I commented on anything, but anything you want to say going on your channel, baby?
Yeah, so my part one is up. The collection tour part one is up. There was actually a huge problem with the video. Dante was the one who put it together for me because I don't have any software, any editing software or anything like that. And number one, he ended up missing one of the videos, so it's missing a whole part of it. So we're trying to do a 1.5, cut of it.
Right.
So you add the video that was missing, and then obviously part two is going to be uploaded at some point after that. You know, again within the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. You can check it out right now. And then another thing is the reason why there's no volume on the video is because again he put the video up, and then the video ended up getting a copyright claim, so I ended up having to remove the video for that the sound of the video for that reason. So that's why you guys don't hear any sound. It's not on purpose. It's just that's how it worked out. But hopefully the second part will be good. The third part will be even better. So hope you guys like it.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. You got the most impressive 6-scale collection I have ever seen, to be quite frank. And thank you so much for coming on Live and Raw, Fabio. This was a lot of fun.
No, thank you for having me as usual. I love
it. Yeah, no, I love doing this. I'm so glad we went Live and Raw. Like I said, I love the big panel. Looking forward to doing that again next week. But I got to start mixing in these Live and Raws. Look, I think we're going to get some announcements here besides Jesse and Vaughn that are going to come out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up. But at 2.5 hours, let me say this. I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, I buy from 6-scale Cantina. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Stay thirsty, my friends.